More specifically, I was a police canine holder. There were some moments on the job where it was rough, but one moment made me see how excruciating the job really is. On March 3rd, 2022 at approximately 12:38 p.m., San Diego Police Department, which I was working at, received a request for urgent cover from the Sheriff's Department at a residence that was not too far from where we were. The request was that there was a woman who had been given paperwork because she had quite a bit of eviction notices. When the deputies tried to talk with the woman and tried to give her the paperwork, they saw a big knife in her hand. She wasn't listening, and she slammed her front door and shut it, and she barricaded it. That's when me, along with the other police officers, were called for backup. When we got to the given address, I, along with the K-9 unit, were told to wait outside of the lobby in case we were needed, which we were later called to enter the unit as an additional less lethal option. We got to the area, and one of the deputies broke down the door. I and some other officers walked through the door, and we went inside of the apartment. We were all calling for her to come out with her hands up, but she wouldn't listen. We were able to see the woman in the room with an open door, and one deputy officer named Jason. He kept shooting warning shots to the wall for her to obey and not to do this the hard way. Right in an instant, we saw the woman charging at us with a knife. We were backing up and out into the hallway, and Jason kept trying to shoot her, but he kept missing. When this didn't work, the woman swung the knife at us, which happened to land on my chest for a second or two, and then it was taken out. This prompted one of the other officers to shoot the woman. She was struck at least once, and she immediately was killed on the scene. I could barely move now. I was in so much pain. I screamed out that I got stabbed, but it seemed like no one acknowledged me just yet. Then like 5 seconds later, an officer asked if anyone was hurt, and I yelled out that I got stabbed once again. I was immediately rushed to the hospital, and I knew I wasn't going to die. I was fortunate enough to get treated for my stab wounds, and not too long after I was released from a medical center. I soon found out that the woman who stabbed me and got shot and killed was a 47-year-old woman. She was named Yan Lee. She had been getting a lot of eviction notices, but she kept refusing to accept it. She also apparently threatened one of the maintenance workers with a knife the previous day before she died. I was able to move on from this incident, but I'll never forget the feeling of having so much pain in your body that you think that you might not make it out alive. That's just the adventures of being a cop, I guess.